Back at the Open, Roger Federer won this 5 straight times. The guy just loves playing here. And Rafa Nadal, well, Rafa Nadal has won the U.S. Open Championships 3 times himself. Unbelievably, they've never had to go through each other to win this thing. But they've come close. They have played some of the most epic matches in tennis history. On the lawns of Wimbledon, in the heat of Melbourne, and the clay of Paris. But they've never met in New York. Ever. In any round. How can that be?
Roger Federer.
In 2008, they both got to the semis, but Andy Murray knocked out Nadal, and Federer beat Novak Djokovic in the championship. In 2009, same thing. They both got to the semis, but Juan Martín del Potro beat Nadal there, and then he beat Federer for the title. How about 2010? Well, Nadal made it to the championship match, but not against Federer. Novak beat Roger, then Rafa beat Novak. Surely 2011 was going to be the year, and Rafa held up his end, getting to the final by beating Andy Murray. But Djokovic beat Federer in 5, then beat Nadal in the championship match. In 2013, Rafa won the title, but Roger went out early to Tommy Robredo. Okay, it was going to happen in 2017. They were both playing great. Roger had won the Australian Open in Wimbledon, and Rafa had won the French. But Juan Martín struck again and beat Roger in the quarters. Then Rafa beat Delpo in the semis and Kevin Anderson in the championship match. And in 2018, Rafa retired in the semis against Juan Martín, and Roger had lost in the 4th round to the Aussie John Millman. Another title for Novak. Another no-show showdown featuring Rafael Nadal and Roger Federer. That famous song is wrong, about how if I can make it there, I'll make it anywhere. Roger and Rafael have made it against each other everywhere but New York. Will this finally be their year? It's up to you, New York, New York. Come on, is it going to happen, kids? Is it going to? They've played each other so many times. Look at the times they've faced each other at the other 3 majors. And look at that bottom line as we look at the Tennis Express head-to-head. First of all, does it, I mean, how big a deal would it be if these two mixed it up in New York?
A massive deal. This audience in New York City has seen them play many, many times, but on television.
Exactly.
They're looking forward. We're all looking forward to this. And as we look forward in the draw,
what do you think?
There's still some problems there. The way Wawrinka played last night, that is worrying, certainly at the level he is. Nadal's probably played the best tennis of any of the top guys, the cleanest ball so far. Cilic, again, I like his chances. I probably like Nadal's chances better to get to the final in the draw than Rogers at this point, but I like them both, to be fair.
You mentioned Stan last night after the match. A French journalist tweeted out, might we finally get Federer Nadal? And Stan retweeted and said, yeah, I'm just going to go home now. So clearly
Stan's
others
busy
are having
on social media
same
now.
thoughts. Stan is great on social media, but though we've had these sliding doors scenarios. I mean, we were one Novak Djokovic forehand return away from Federer Nadal here, but it just hasn't happened.
Yeah, it was 2 years in a row, and I sat in the front row of the players' box and saw 2010 and 11 when Novak came back from 2 match points down in the semis against Roger. Look,
was that bad coaching?
It was bad coaching.
Sounds like
play the match points better. But look, so much is about what these guys are so good at, which is staying in the moment. As much as we want them to get there, the fans want them to get there, they're so good at appreciating and respecting the players that they play. At this stage in the tournament, both Rafa and Roger realize one little hiccup and it can be over pretty quickly. So let's hope for the best, but there's still a lot of tennis ahead.
We want this more than they do. They just want to win the tournament. They don't really care, I'm sure. What
would the fan noise sound like if Rafa played Roger? Can you imagine?
At this stage in the game with these stakes, keep in mind, too, they played each other at the French Open this year and at Wimbledon this year.
Correct.
Can we not get 3 for 3?
Well, yes, Paul.
I just want to say the one time that stands out in my mind about crowd noise here is I remember in 2002 when Andre and Pete played each other in the finals, and it was the last of their matchups. And I remember sitting in the stands, and they showed them in the hallway, like literally 2 minutes before. They showed them on the big screen. This stadium, I've never heard noise like that. I suspect if Rafa and Roger played and we saw the same picture, Arthur Ashe Stadium's hat may be blown off the foundation.
Your roof.
I got to say, though, you keep calling it crowd noise. They're patrons here in New York. They're very
It's
sophisticated.
not the Masters, man.
Yeah, right.
They're
Were they
crowd.
patrons were
They can
booing
be a
last
mob
night?
at times.
Were you here last night?
We're going to take another break. There's some patrons. Hello, kids.
That was patronizing. is what that was, Barry.
We're going to talk next year's Olympics in Tokyo next.